Our patrol in the Arctic has been far more successful than I could have anticipated. 3 large tankers sunk and 1 decisive attack. 35,000 tons sent down to the bottom. U-5 VIIC will continue towards Bear Island, where we will proceed to hunt with our 4 remaining eels. Weather conditions are still very poor. 15 meter per second winds and 5.5 meter swells prevent us from using the snorkel. BDU has also given U-5 VIIC orders to dock at Bergen, Norway, to take on fuel, food, and torpedoes, of course. We will proceed to Bergen, Norway once our patrol around Bear Island has been completed. Hello everybody, Wolf back here, and welcome back to more Silent Hunter 3 as we continue our 8th patrol. As you can see, the weather is pretty poor still. Nothing has really changed since the end of the last episode. We have some light fog, but very heavy swells and high wind speeds. But nothing we cannot handle. The only downside to this is we can snorkel in this weather, so we'll have to be surface to recharge batteries and oxygen and all that. And that wave almost just took all of us out. So I'm gonna head down below and take a look at the map. Our current course is to head towards Bear Island or around this area and kind of stay in these deeper water pockets and try to hunt for more Arctic convoys. We have 4 torpedoes left. We have 1 G7E, and this is a fat torpedo in tube number 3. We also have a Falke torpedo, which is our homing torpedo, and then 2 just regular G7Es in the aft torpedo room as well. Once we expend those torpedoes, I am going to head towards Bergen, where we will rearm and resupply and all that, and spend some time in port before we head out to our 9th war patrol. Unfortunately, docking at ports does not act like docking at the U-tankers, for example. If I dock at Bergen, I will end the patrol, but with Silent Hunter 3 Commander, I can set the number of days in port to something a little lower, like a week or something. I figure that's a reasonable amount of time for, you know, minor damage to be repaired, to take on stores, and to have a little bit of shore leave in Norway. So that's the current plan anyway. We'll see how that pans out. Other than that, the cruise... Oh my god. I just managed this right before I started recording, and they all get tired. Anyway, all the tired crews getting rested up. Everyone's pretty exhausted at this point. We've been at sea for quite a long time. When did we depart? February 2nd, 1944, and it's currently March 23rd, 1944. But I'm rotating men in and out and trying to get them rested up for our next convoy attack. Our previous convoy attack went extremely well. 3 tankers sunk. I'm still pretty happy with that. So let's see if we can replicate those results around Bear Island. This is kind of a natural choke point. That's why I'm thinking this will be a good area to hunt. But we will see. I suppose that's all I have to really talk about for the time being. Nothing else too exciting has happened. As you can see, we're picking up right where we left off. We've only traveled around 66 kilometers from the site of our torpedo attack, so the weather's pretty poor. I'm not too worried about any ASW aircraft flying about, but I may switch on my radar, especially at night, just to have some sort of early warning for any escorts that may happen to sneak up on us. I do not want a repeat of previous incidents in previous episodes. Okay, oh boy. Woo, getting our feet nice and wet and cold. I imagine this water is freezing. I would not like to be up here. One thing I was also thinking, I wonder how snorkeling in the Arctic would go. I would think ice buildup on the snorkel would cause some issues, but I'm not sure. I'm sure someone in the comments below will be able to let me know about that. Or I can research it myself, isn't that right? Nothing but contempt in those eyes. Okay, anyway, we'll continue onward, and I'll keep you folks updated as the U-5 VIIC continues her patrol. Okay, we have received a very interesting radio message from BDU. Large British carrier force has left Scapa Flow, believed to be heading for Norway and the Tirpitz. All U-boats in the area are ordered to attack, and this is Operation Tungsten. Tirpitz was based here near Alta, and she was just recovering from damages that she sustained after a British midget submarine attack. Should be operational around April, if I remember correctly, and the British were worried she would sally forth and disrupt the Arctic convoy routes where we are at now. This would not inevitably happen as the British continued to bomb her and damage her, and she was later transferred towards Trosmo, where she would be a glorified artillery and anti-aircraft battery for the remainder of her life. But Operation Tungsten was a pretty large-scale attack on Tirpitz. It consisted of two forces, Force 1, which had battleship Duke of York and Anson, plus the fleet carrier Furious. Force 1 would be protecting a convoy named JW 58, and it was outbound towards Murmansk. This was really here as a precaution just in case Tirpitz did come out and try to engage the convoy. And then Force 2, fleet carrier Furious plus 4 escort carriers and various supporting vessels like cruisers and destroyers. That goes for Force 1 as well. There were cruisers and destroyers there as well. Convoy JW 58 was attacked by U-boats, but the escorts were able to hold their own fairly well. So earlier than planned, Force 1 and 2 met up and began their attack on Alta. Or the Tirpitz, I guess I should say. That's a brief and very rough description of what went on. I'm not too familiar with this operation, but it should be interesting to try to track these carriers down. Obviously, I have the virtue of foresight, so I know roughly where they will be, and they'll be north of Tirpitz here. So I'm going to set up a patrol area here and wait for more contact reports to come in and track her down. The torpedo situation is pretty freaking poor for this. We have one homing torpedo, which may prove to be useful. I could probably launch this at a carrier and have it home in. And then one G7E, or two G7Es, and then one G7E torpedo in the bow. But it's a fat torpedo. I do expect this force to be heavily escorted, and the weather's pretty clear as well, so the threat of aircraft is very, very real, especially with all these carriers out and about. Anyway, I believe the actual operation took place on April 3rd, 1944, so we'll see how this goes. This could be a total disaster. We'll find out. But I'll sail around this area and try to track them down. Well, I've been searching the area for quite a while now, and it's currently April 4th, 1944, so the air raid has already taken place. We did get a radio message. U-355 has failed to return from operations in the Arctic, presumed lost. Well, that is mighty unfortunate. But yeah, not a whiff of this task force. No contact updates, no nothing, which is mighty unfortunate, but that's okay. I got pretty close to Alta as well. I kind of patrolled just north of this area, just around this area here, so. But nothing. Submerging frequently, no hydrophone contacts, no radio reports from BDU. So, oh well. You win some, you lose some. It would have been mighty cool to attack another British escort carrier, or even a fleet carrier. That would have been quite the prize, but I'm not sure we would have been able to sink a fleet carrier with what we have here. In any case, we'll continue our patrol around this area, and I'll probably head a little further into the Barents towards Murmansk and see what we can stir up over there if we don't find anything relatively soon in this area. Anyway, I'll cut now and keep you folks updated of any developments. Well, we have a very interesting contact report. A large convoy heading west. Its speed is 5 knots. We're currently going standard speed, making 10-11 knots. The weather's pretty freaking poor, so that's hampering our maximum speed here. But we're going to do what we can, and I have my radar going as the fog is super duper thick. But in 6 hours, we will be in this position right here. Or 5, yeah, I guess 6 hours more or less. And 5 hours the convoy will be here. So we should be able to overtake the convoy. I do suspect this will be our last attack of the patrol. And mostly because fuel is below 25% now. We're pretty close to Murmansk at this point. We've been patrolling for a while. It's currently April 9th, 1944. So fuel's pretty low, and also I think we'll expend most, if not all, of our torpedoes during this upcoming attack. The crew is, I'm still managing them. Some are getting a little, we'll switch these guys out. Oh boy, just got a pretty big lag spike, and it's kind of gamey, but we all know what that means. It means something just loaded in. Got my good sonar and radar operators on. I'm actually going to get a decent watchman on deck. Oh my gosh. These men are just dropping like flies. Everyone's so exhausted. It's been such a long patrol. I'll get some of these boys on there. We're not going to use our flat guns anyway. And these flat qualifications are purely decorative, so. Okay. Let's keep heading towards the convoy. I could submerge the boat, I suppose, and do a quick hydrophone check. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and do that. Go down to 40 meters, please.
Neue Tiefe 4,0 Meter.
Vorne unten 15, hinten oben 10.
Tauchstationen.
And down we go. Passing 7 meters. We're still bouncing up and down on the waves. It's kind of difficult. The weather's been hit or miss. It's been mostly poor up here. We've had some brief spells of, decent weather. No rain, not 15 meter or 5 meter high waves, excuse me. Hasn't been too bad though. Of course, once we encounter a convoy, the weather is absolutely pitiful. It's going to make attacking a little difficult. Whoa, didn't mean to do that. It's going to make attacking a little difficult, but as we saw in the last few attacks, the terrible sea state does help us escape, so it's a trade-off. All right, down we go. Let's drop speed. Give our hydrophone operator a few minutes to pick something up, and I'll check it, just to be sure. Okay, I'll get on. Let's turn up the volume. Okay, contacts. About 330 to 010 thereabouts. Let's finish our sweep. They are dead ahead, which is interesting and concerning. They still sound pretty distant. Let's see if he'll... Yeah, he picked them up. Perfect. Okay, that warship's doing a sweep. It's like they're both doing sweeps. Okay, and that's definitely what we heard. Those are the two flanking escorts, I bet. Okay, we'll keep our eyes and ears peeled out for them. I'll frequently submerge just to check to make sure they're not bearing down on me. And I think I will keep my radar on just in case as a early warning. But once I pick them up on radar or pick up their radar using our radar warning receiver, I'll turn mine off. So that's the current plan. I'll continue to track this convoy and keep you folks updated as we do so. Okay, we've detected radar signals directly in front of us. It's a little too close for comfort. I have my radar off, believe it or not. I'm gonna see which way is it heading. It's heading straight for us. Crash dive. Not seeing anything. They definitely picked me up though. Not seeing the enemy destroyer. It's about 2 kilometers away. Closing pretty fast. Okay, 9 meters hanging out around. Come on, boys, get under, get under, get under. Okay, and the boat is under 10 meters. 11. Okay, perfect. We're golden. Let's continue to drop down all the way down to 100, please.
Neue Tiefe 1,0 Meter.
15, hinten oben 10.
Don't hear the enemy just yet.
Derzeitige Tiefe 2.
Okay, slow down.
Keine Fahrt voraus.
Don't know if she actually picked me up or if this is just a routine sweep. We're about to find out though. Rig for silent running.
Gleichfahrt. Gleichfahrt. Derzeitige Tiefe 0.
Der fährt ab.
Can you please follow her?
Der ist nämlich Hauptleiter.
Warship now at 003 medium speed. Don't hear any Aztec just yet, which is a nice sign. Still medium speed. Let's go A little bit deeper.
Neue Tiefe 2 Meter.
Große Entfernung. Oben 10.
Everyone's freaking out now.
Kriegsschiff kommt näher.
There's our warship friend.
Kriegsschiff auf 3 kommt näher.
Doesn't seem like she's accelerating or anything. Oh man, I don't know. We'll use some time compression and just kind of follow her.
Kriegsschiff kommt näher.
Wieder Pferde ab.
Okay, she's gonna come right over the top.
Hauptlein raus.
Still no ASDIC.
Sein Fortkommen auf
Kriegsschiff kommt näher.
Still medium speed, and she's about 300 meters away. I can hear her. Just pass right on overhead, please.
Kriegsschiff auf 8 kommt näher. Kriegsschiff auf 1,5 kommt näher.
Still medium speed.
Kriegsschiff auf 3,7 kommt näher.
Down to 90 meters.
Derzeitige Tiefe 9,0. Kriegsschiff auf 1,4
Moving away.
entfernt sich.
It's behind us. Okay.
Flieger getaucht, abgedrückt.
I'm about to find out. We didn't get any depth charges in the water alerts, so...
Kriegsschiff auf 1,68.
Well, let's take a look. Oh. Oh, that's because she just launched them right behind us. I guess, spoiler alert, we are being hunted.
Kriegsschiff auf 1,70 entfernt sich.
Just launched hedgehogs, and I'm sure she's about to launch all of her depth charges. There we go.
Kriegsschiff auf 1,71 entfernt sich.
Wow. It's a pretty large pattern she dropped there. Okay, good to know. We're gonna go down to 140 meters.
Neue Tiefe 1,42 Meter. Spoilerkanonen. Tiefe unter Kiel.
Still have 193 meters under the keel, so we're fine. We have plenty of maneuvering room. Okay, well, we're gonna have to ride this one out. That sucks. I kinda...
Sein Fortkommen auf
Yeah, she did pick us up on radar. I'm not surprised. I'm gonna change course slightly, though. Yeah, let's adjust course and try to evade this ship. I'm not gonna drop any decoys just yet. We'll wait it out and see. It looks like only one destroyer has been dispatched to hunt us down. Maybe 2. Maybe another one's coming in this area, but I suppose time will tell. And it looks like she doesn't... She's in the general ballpark. I don't think they have a really good lock on us, however. Alright, we don't want her in our baffles. Let's change course slightly. There we go. That's okay. Looks like only one is hunting us. So that's good.
die letzten Funksprüche.
Remember, this does not look so good.
Vor Zerstörer getaucht.
Yeah, she's probably gonna drop another pattern astern of us. Well, at least I have contact with the convoy. Once this destroyer breaks contact from us, I'll hit around them and try to get in front of them once again. The weather conditions are still extremely poor. It's raining, it's foggy, it's dark. I don't think this escort's going to be able to hunt us effectively. But we'll wait. I'm sure she's dropping another pattern right behind us now. I'm surprised I didn't get depth charges in the water from our sonar operator. Maybe I did. I'm going to continue to rotate crew in and out and try to keep everybody happy here.
Geräusche werden schwächer.
Get that officer some rest. This may take a while, however. So I'll cut now and keep you folks updated as we try to lurk away from this escort. Okay, the escort that was hunting us has returned back to the convoy. We have quite a few. I hear there's one escort too, and then the third that's in the middle there. There's probably way more warships than just that, so I'm not sure how I'm feeling about this attack. It's going to be mighty risky. What time is it? It's currently 17:47, so we still have plenty of nighttime left, which is good for us. I'm going to make my hydrophone operator. He's just sweeping normally. Okay, so I'm going to try to head north a little bit more to avoid the enemy's radar. Let's come up to periscope depth and take a look before we surface the boat. And we'll blitz north and then come back down. Hopefully we can avoid their radar that way. Let's go to the observation scope, up scope. Surfacing now may be a little risky, but if I head full, I think we'll be okay. I'm gonna wait it out probably 20 minutes, and then we'll surface the boat. I do want to do a quick sweep to make sure that destroyer's just not laying and waiting for us to come up. Doesn't look like it is. So we'll hang out here for, yeah, probably around 20 minutes before I surface the boat, but we will change course. It's heading 330 should be okay. There we go. That's fine. That should be fine for the time being. So I'll cut now and get back to you folks very shortly. I cannot get a break. More radar signals. Crash dive. We're going to have to get much, much farther away. Man, their radar is so effective too. And our radar detector kind of sucks. 3 kilometers away. 3.8 kilometers away is when we picked her up. Okay, we're dropping down nicely though. Yeah, this is going to be difficult. It's only one escort, as far as I know. I don't have my radar on or anything either. They're just have very good radar operators, it would seem. Especially in these choppy seas, I'm surprised they're this good, but... Okay, down we go. I'm going to continue. We're going to drop back down to 100 meters.
Vorne unten 15, hinten oben 10.
There we go.
Derzeitige Tiefe 3-0.
Going down nicely.
Derzeitige Tiefe 4-0.
Can you track that warship, please? Once we're down to 60 meters, I'll cut my speed and rig for silent running. 283. Okay, that is this one right here. Moving fast. Okay, 60 meters. Slow down. Rig for silent running.
Schleichfahrt. Beide Maschinen kleine Fahrt. 50 Umdrehung.
And we will rinse and repeat. I'll keep you folks updated. Hopefully she doesn't really have a good estimation of where we are and starts just depth charging over here or something, but we'll find out very shortly. It already looks like she is drifting a little bit more towards behind us, so I don't think they have a good idea of where we are. Oh, maybe they do. Use some time compression and find out. Yeah, she's actually coming straight for me. Zigzagging slightly. Probably a good move on her part. Warship moving fast, closing. Rudder amidships right here. And she's passing astern of us. Okay. I think we're all right. I don't know why we're tracking this warship. Let's track the other one. So it looks like we have 2 that are dispatched to my area. Let's just continue to sweep, my friend. Yeah, 2 warships are now hunting us. And they're both going behind us. I think we're farther away than we actually are. So thankfully the radar is not super duper accurate. And I'm sure their hydrophones are very limited in these sea states, so we're okay. We'll be fine. I'm going to cut further north and try to re-engage. We've been tracking this convoy for quite a long time now. Once again, the escorts have broken off contact. I was not depth charged once, so that is good. I'm going to continue heading north a little bit underwater, and then we'll surface and try to get around this convoy. And it's really the only effective way we can re-engage them. I'm going to cut really far north, though, stay in these deeper waters. I do want to try to get into a decent firing position before daybreak. I don't know if that's going to be possible, though, at the current rate. They're very good at picking us up on radar, but time will tell. I'll stay submerged for a bit longer this time before I surface and head full. I am a little worried about fuel supply, but if it comes down to it, I can dock at like Narvik, for example, instead of Bergen way down here. Anyway, that's the current plan of action. I'll keep you folks updated and I'll let you know if the destroyers come barreling towards us once again. Okay, we weren't picked up a third time and we got into a fairly decent position. The convoy is now on our port side and they are coming straight for us. There we go. First contact. And look at all of them just popping in now. Perfect. Thankfully, we were not detected again. And we're going to get nice and close here and see what we can do. We do have a homing torpedo in the aft tube. I was contemplating unloading it and loading in just a T3 torpedo. But I don't think that would be a good idea, just in case we do need to use the homing torpedo. And even then, I could just launch it during this attack anyway, just to get rid of it. But primary target is obviously any, large warships or tankers in this convoy. We'll see if there's more tankers coming in. Let's raise the scope and take a look. What's going on? Still, weather conditions are abysmal. Actually, spotting anything is going to be a huge pain in the ass, but we'll see what we can do. Use some time compression. We established their speed is 5 knots. We got that from the contact report, so I won't have to plug that in. Overall, it should be a fairly straightforward attack, assuming we can kind of maneuver into here. Rig for silent running. We've seen their underwater sensors are pretty poor in the weather conditions, so I'm not too worried about this. Make sure no searchlights are going off. That's going to be a telltale sign that they have picked us up. As far as no visual contact, I don't see anything. And it's going to be nearly impossible for you folks to see anything, so I apologize in advance. Warship closing. I'm sure this is a warship off at 090 thereabouts. Okay. It's go time. Let's take a look. I doubt I'm going to be able to see anything. It is so dark. Could just launch my fat, into the convoy and whatever we hit is what we get. Okay, we apparently have visual on a merchant vessel. Let's see what it is. It's currently at, 015 degrees. Tanker. Okay. Yeah, it looks like a very small tanker. I'm going to wait and see if anything larger comes across. Okay, we have a ship at 290. Like a Liberty cargo ship. Still that intermediate tanker. We'll keep going. Picking up more vessels. Okay, what do we have? 340. Large merchant ship. That's a very possible target there. Let's plug that in and we'll head towards that. Large merchant ship, 10,000 tons. Not bad. Now, should I pull the trigger now? That's the question. Let's continue our turn. Yeah, this is going to have to be our target, I think. Lock on target. Range. 500 meters, that's fine. Speed. 5 knots. Angle on bow, a little over 90 degrees. We'll be shooting tube 3. Draft is 0.9. We'll do 10 meters. Magnetic pistol. Speed slow. Open tube number 3. Let's see what our fat is set up to. Okay, that's not that great. Let's bring it in here. There we go. Tube 3, fire. All right, tube 3 is away. Got something we can shoot with my aft torpedo. Not seeing anything. Small tanker there. Torpedo impact. There we go. Hopefully that's enough to put her under. It looks like it hit smack dab in the middle of the vessel. Searchlights are going off. Okay. A small tanker is probably going to start breaking. It's probably not the best option for us. We have another vessel at 060 according to the map. The map makes this a little easier than it probably should be to spot things. Another cargo ship. I'm going to wait for the next ship in the line to come behind me. Oh boy, I'm getting shot at. It's like someone spotted my periscope. The large cargo I hit did. Okay, down scope, down scope. Oops, clicked out of my monitor. Could be breaking the surface as well. Let's start reversing the boat. You know, one torpedo hit. That may be all we're getting this time around. It looks like there's star shells on the surface here. Yeah, there sure is star shells. Let's look behind us. I do want to fire off some of these stern torpedoes, but may not be possible. Gosh, I don't see diddly squat. Okay, down scope. Getting shot at once again. Ooh, that sounds fun. Down scope. Down to 13 meters. Let's keep reversing. See what we got. No more forward torpedo. I could just launch my fat torpedo. Or not my fat, my homing torpedo and see what we get. I do want to try to get another solution on a merchant ship here. Okay, got a cargo ship, 150. Can't quite make out what it is. Lock on target. Kind of looks like a Liberty cargo ship to me. Victory cargo? No, I think it is a Liberty cargo ship. I just want to be towards the front. Let's go back. It's pretty far away. I can just barely make it out through the fog. Liberty cargo, 8,000 tonner. We'll be shooting tube number 6 here. Speed 5 knots. Angle on bow. That's actually not half bad. Range is pretty freaking far. I think this is a medium cargo. No, it's a Liberty cargo. It's a Liberty cargo. Range. It's definitely a little bit farther than 500 meters. Arg. Still getting 500. I'll set it to 600 meters. Set. Okay. This should be all right. I think I will fire at this ship now. Actually, I think this is just a regular medium cargo. Medium cargo ship. 4,000 tons. I'll take it. Yeah, this is medium cargo ship. I'll fire at it. We need to fire at something and get the heck out of Dodge. 700 meters away. Draft is 9.2 meters. Set for 10. Open tube 6. Magnetic pistol, long range. All the usual stuff. Alright, tube 6. Close. Scope down. All head forward. Let's drop down to 100 meters.
Neue Tiefe, 9 Meter.
I am curious. I do want to look at our large merchant, which we torpedoed. She may have a slight list. I can't, she's just rocking around. I don't know if we'll actually be able to sink her. We'll see what we get on the medium cargo ship. And we'll keep tabs on this large cargo as well. Looks like the torpedo is running towards the target. See if we get a hit. Obviously the convoy is... Oh, yeah, that looks pretty good to me. It's going to run right under. Boom. Right in the middle, too. That's not a bad hit. Not bad at all. That really just leaves us with one homing torpedo left. We do have another T3 torpedo in reserves. I think. Yeah, we do. They're going to reload it. But our primary goal is to really escape now. We've really stirred up a hornet's nest here. We'll see if that puts her under. But in the meantime, we're going to drop down to 100 meters and keep tabs on this convoy. I think I may re-engage with our last 2 torpedoes, and we'll see what we can stir up. I do want to try to finish off that either of these merchant ships I hit just now. Be a shame for them to get away now. All the escorts have broken contact, and they've returned back to the convoy. We weren't depth charged or pinged once, surprisingly. No update on any of the merchant ships either. They both seem to be sailing away just fine, which is kind of unfortunate, seeing as how I only have 2 torpedoes left, and one of them is a homing torpedo, and they're both stern tubes, so I'm not sure how I'm going to pull this off. I may just continue to stalk them and see if one of them eventually goes under and succumbs to flooding, but I think the large cargo ship probably will not go under, but I think the medium cargo may eventually. We'll see. I'll continue to lurk behind the convoy and keep you folks updated. Okay, we have reestablished contact with the enemy convoy. As you can see, we are well in front of the convoy, and here's our general location now. We've been tracking it for a while. Fuel is getting pretty freaking low, so maybe docking at Narvik may be our best option, but we'll see. I'll cross that bridge when we really come to it. I'm going to continue to close in on the convoy. I'm going to drop down to 25 meters as well, just to be on the safe side. The weather's still pretty poor, so that we can use that to our advantage. And I have our other T3 torpedo loaded up and ready to go. I'm going to try to get into the center of the convoy again. That worked fairly well the first time. What time is it? 17:53. Okay, rig for silent running now, please. Let's see what we can do here. The destroyer is coming right alongside us. Time to be very quiet. I do suspect this is a destroyer. Looks like it's going to sail right on by it. I did reload my game as well. I was having some weird sound bug, and I think a simple reload fixed that. Okay. Getting into the meat of things now. Alright, let's come up to periscope depth, please. I doubt the weather has changed too much since we were last up here, but you never know. We'll just peek our periscope up, see if it's still rough and rainy. I may just end up launching my homing torpedo at a merchant vessel. Let's make sure it is set to magnetic. Okay, good. All right, we have quite a lot of stuff just right here. Large cargo ship. I don't believe this is the large cargo I shot at, and I'd rather not waste another torpedo on a large cargo. It looks like visibility has... What the hell is that, though? Cargo vessel. Anchor. Okay, that changes things. I may just go for this tanker and say we damaged 2 merchant vessels and then sunk another 14,000 tonner. Yeah, these large tankers are 14,000 tons, and that is certainly what that is. Lock on target. That's going to be our target. merchant ships, and unfortunately we won't be using our homing torpedo to its, you know, strengths. We won't use its homing capabilities, but this will have to do. Try to get a range reading here. Mark 1 kilometer, really. Angle on bow, 60 degrees, speed 5 knots. I'm gonna have to adjust all this momentarily. Scope down. Let's turn around. I'm gonna have to turn. Okay, this is gonna be far from perfect. However, I think it's our best shot. Also, I'm worried about a collision. Rudder amidships. Scope up. Let's check right in front of us. Make sure we're not close to being rammed. Okay, we're okay. I just do not want to get my conning tower smushed in by a 10,000 ton merchant vessel. Might complicate things a little bit. Okay, here's the large tanker. Let's continue our turn slightly. Actually, no. Rudder amidships. Alright, large tankers. 5 knots, angle on bow, 80 degrees. Range, we're going to drop that down to 900 meters. Both torpedoes, draft 11.9. We'll do something like that for both torpedoes. Open tube 5. Angle on bows, not that good. It's pretty steep. Okay, tube 5, los. Tube 6, open. All right, tube 6, los. See how that looks. Yeah, it doesn't look too great, but I think we have 2 hits right there. I wonder if the homing capabilities kicked in. I did not even see this large tanker in the convoy the first time, but... Oh, it bounced off. Fuck. That is not good. Let's see. 1 hit, right in the middle. I wonder which torpedo bounced off there. I guess I needed to set the torpedo a little bit deeper. Oh man, that is the worst actually. Hopefully that's enough to put her under. We did sink a T3 tanker with 1 torpedo previously, but I'm not feeling too good about that. With 2, I know we would have sunk it. I'm kind of regretting that decision now. I wonder which one bounced off. Crash dive. I think we may have scraped the hull of a merchant ship. We may have not. Yeah, they knocked us around a little bit. Okay, nothing too serious. They probably just scraped it up a little bit. But it's time to crash dive anyway. We're out of torpedoes. Nothing else we can do. I do want to stalk this convoy. Keep tabs on that large cargo, or large merchant. Okay, we're going to drop down deep, 140 meters, please. Oh, I hear explosions.
Derzeitige Tiefe 5-0.
I don't see. There's the large cargo or large tanker. Yeah, it's pretty low in the water, and it does look like it has a slight list. Is its engine stopped? No, its engines are not stopped. I don't know. I think we may be able to. This one may end up going under. I don't even know where the large cargo we hit during the last attack is. I don't even know. Look at all this stuff. Or the medium cargo. I'm surprised the medium cargo didn't go under either. We have no report of it sinking, so... Oh, I suppose time will tell. That was a pretty good hit right in the middle, so I'm hopeful that that tanker will go under. I'm pretty sure every single torpedo we launched this episode has landed home and hit the target. Except that last one, which did hit the target, it just bounced off. It did not explode. I obviously did not set it deep enough. I think that may have been the homing torpedo that that bounced off the hull there. I'm not sure though. Honestly not sure. Battery's down to 50%. I guess I did not recharge it enough while I was on the surface, but we'll continue to head flank and drop down to 140 meters. I think we'll be safe down there. Use some time compression to get this done. Okay, we're down to 120. We can slow down. We're rigged for silent running, and now we wait for the onslaught of depth charges to come our way. I'll keep you folks updated, and also keep you updated on this large tanker. It would be awesome if we could get another large tanker. That would be quite the tally. There we go, we got it. She's going down. Did we get credit? We got credit. 13,000 tons. Perfect. And you know what? That makes up for it. I'm okay with that trade-off, and we have broken contact from the convoy pretty much. It's just so dark and rainy. It's just going to be too difficult. Oh, here's the tanker, though. You can see her listing very heavily to port. Well, I'm glad we actually got something. I was kind of worried that we would have shot 3 separate merchant ships and they would have just been damaged and kept going on their merry way, but that's another large tanker. There's a lot of tankers in these Arctic convoys. So I'm kind of excited to come back into the Arctic during our next patrol. I think going to Bergen and coming back would be a bit of fun. Anyway, I'll show you the situation on the map. It looks like we've essentially gotten away scot-free. We have 2 escorts over here. I don't know what this one's really up to, but we're going to stay submerged, and we're going to head south now. 180, please. And completely break contact, and I'll head along the Norwegian coast to Bergen, where we will rearm, resupply, and all that. That was my original destination, and I'll keep it that way. Okay, U-531 has hit the surface. It's currently 2:44 on April 11th, 1944, and we've plotted our course towards Bergen. We were not depth charged or anything during that engagement. We were able to lurk away unscathed. Welcome to Norway, my friends. As you can see, the weather has calmed down quite a bit, and it's a lovely day here. We do have a little minesweeper up ahead that should help escort us into the harbor, so that's pretty nice. I'll increase speed to catch up to it, and we'll make our way into Bergen. We still have a while to go. It looks like a 70-kilometer journey, but we'll see where the minesweeper leads us, and we'll pretty much just follow her into the port. The journey here was fairly uneventful as expected. Pretty much nothing. The weather cleared up. Actually, about around here is when we sailed out of that pretty large storm. So it looks like... Okay, well, it's time to slow down and concentrate on the minesweeper. I'm going to follow her into the port and get back to you folks whenever we have Bergen in sight. Well, we have arrived at last. As you can see, Bergen's right up there. It looks like we have some shipwrecks already here. And yep, there's the submarine pens. We'll head into those and end the patrol. I want to see if there's anything cool about. It's a destroyer. More hulks. Yeah, nothing too crazy out here. There were some fishing trawlers off in the distance out there, and it looks like another minesweeper. But overall, fairly nice little port, and we have a town overlooking the port. How nice. Well, we'll head in here and dock our U-boat and end our 8th patrol and get ready for our 9th, or we will continue to hunt in the Arctic. I think the Arctic was actually quite fun. Oh, we have a floating dock that looks kind of sunk. Oh, this place is getting kind of dreary. I don't know how I feel about staying here. We'll head into the U-boat pens, nice and easy, and we'll just go into them for fun. Let's adjust course slightly.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
There we go. This is looking pretty good. Just a little bit more. Yeah, I'm liking the look of this. Okay, we can drop our speed down to like 1 knot, thereabouts. Apparently there's a band somewhere. I hear them. I don't see them, but I'll take it. I think they may be over there. There may be a dock over there or something.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Ruder 6, Grad Backbord.
So just a little bit so we don't slam into the concrete here. Yeah, it looks like the band's playing over there. That's okay. We don't need no stinking band. That's right, boys. And into our sub pen we go, so we're protected from allied bombers. Rudder
Jawohl, Herr
amidships.
Kaloin. Ruder 0, Grad.
All stop.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Alle Maschinen stopp. Alle Maschinen stopp.
There we go. How about that? Well, that is a fantastic way to end the patrol. Let's go ahead and exit now and dock at Bergen. So my crew earned promotions and medals. Merchant sunk 5. Total tonnage was, well, we know what the total tonnage was. It was like 76,000 tons. And we got 2,673 renown there. Which is kind of light, all things considered, I have to say, but you know what? That's okay. Captain's log. The Bogue class carrier was definitely the highlight of this patrol, but then the 1, 2, 4 large tankers, or 3 large tankers we sunk was quite impressive as well. So when you dock at another port, you have no access to the equipment upgrades. You just really get what they give you. I can upgrade the crew, however. Looks like I have some promotions to hand out. Johan, you're going to get a promotion. And it looks like a bunch of sailors are also getting promotions today. Wonder what sort of medals I have to give out. And this repairman. Of course, oh wow, we have quite a few medals to hand out. 3 Iron Claw second classes. Well, you can get one, sir. And so can you. Who else wants one? This watchman. He's done a fine job. We have some Iron Cross first classes to hand out. Give it to my watchman. There you go. And who else did a good job? No one here really. This guy is kind of pathetic. I'll give it to Richard Scharfenberg. What a name. There you go, my friend. 1 German Cross in gold. My chief engineer can get that. Knight's Cross. My chief engineer can get that. He's going to get transferred off now, I know it. U-boat front clasp. I hand it to my officers. And 7 U-boat war badges. Pretty much for everyone that is left. And the qualification. I'm going to have to decide what I want to do with the qualification. Mostly because it's for this guy. I may just give him a watchman yeah, I'll just give him a watchman qualification. And call it that. So there you go. We now have 2,975 renown. I'm probably going to keep it at I'm probably going to save my renown. I'm going to limit myself in what other upgrades I receive because we do want to save up for a Type 21 U-boat. And, well, it's coming around soon and this is not going to cut it. I have a feeling it's going to be pretty expensive. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this episode and this patrol. Thank you all for watching as always, and I'll see you all on patrol number 9. This is Wolfpack 345 signing off, and I'll see you all on the next one.